with this special broadcast on what is going on ground zero. What is going on ground zero? Let me welcome all of you, especially watching in Donga, Mantung, Bui, Ngo, Ketunjia, Bambili, and all the attacked areas in the last 2 days by the terrorist soldiers of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a sad day. It's a sad day in the history of our struggle. Never before have we seen what happened in Donga Mantung, in Bui, in Ngo Ketunjia, and in Bambili throughout this struggle, this revolution. That is the reason I am coming to you tonight with this special broadcast. I didn't plan on coming live today, but I am here today because of what we see going on ground zero. Before I continue with the broadcast as usual, I know you have been waiting for a while, but please go ahead. For those of you here on the social media, go ahead and populate the platform. Go ahead, populate the platform. The moment we hit the regular 700 people, I should start this broadcast proper. So please, again, go ahead and let's populate the platform. We have just a little over 200 and something to hit 700. We already have over 400. So please do that. This is a very, very critical broadcast, and we want as many people as possible to be tuned in on YouTube, on Facebook, every social media platform. Send the link. If you are watching on YouTube or Facebook, send the link out to the WhatsApp groups, the Facebook groups, every group that you can imagine of out there. Please push the link out there to them. Again, this is very, very, very important. So go ahead and do that. Again, I am speaking on the massacres in Donga Mantung. I shall be joined later in the broadcast with Donga Mantung County chairperson. You will be joining me to brief us of what happened in Donga Mantung. It's a genocide. If the world does not see this, if the world does not call it what it is, then we don't know what the world is thinking of. Ladies and gentlemen, these type of things can always stir us up. They can always stir us up. They cannot quench our appetite for a free and independent Amazonia. This morning, I pushed the messages to some diplomats in Yaoundé and the pictures, and they told me, yes, we've seen it. We wish it didn't happen anywhere else. But this is what we hear all the time, and the same thing, acts of impunity, genocidal acts of impunity. They just keep on and on and on in the course of this struggle. Again, I'm coming into the details of what happened in Donga Mantung, in Bui, in Bambili. Again, I will also be joined by Donga Mantung chairperson, county chairperson, who will give us a lot of details of what he knows, of what the county knows about what happened. So please, once more, go ahead and hit your share button. We have over 500 already, getting to the 600. Please hit your share button quickly. 700 people on Facebook. I will start bringing you this broadcast. Let's quickly do that. Let's quickly grow the numbers. So if you are just joining, hit your share button. And I will also, at the end of the day, if time permits, I will open the phone line, take a few calls, I am not very sure, ladies and gentlemen. I won't open the phone lines today because there is another show that I believe will be coming up right after me. County Roads with the Comfort will be coming up right after me, so I won't take any calls today, but I will try to read a few comments of your own. If you have any comment, put it on your screen there. When the moment comes, I will read some of them. I don't read comments when I am doing a presentation, but after the presentation, I can take a few of your comments, ladies and gentlemen. So please, again, I'm waiting for you to populate this platform. Almost 600, just a little 100 people left to go. Please hit your share button. If you are just joining the broadcast, go ahead, hit your share button right now. Let Ambazonians across the globe, let them know I am not just live, I am alive. On ABC Amber Television. ABC Amber Television. All right, so I'm waiting for you to populate that platform. I'm going to be impromptu today. All right, we're having almost 700 already, over 618. Over 618. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, hit that share button. Ground Zero is waiting. Ground Zero is waiting. Let me see those of you who are joining in what you are saying. I like the way, I like the pace at which these numbers are growing. Please hit your share button as you join, I see Abel, somebody I missed the other name. Kemita Ashu, the queen. I see you, Abdul Rahim Nana. Joining. Ladies and gentlemen, again, as you join, go ahead, hit your share button. I'm waiting for less than 40 people to go, before I bring you the broadcast. Christy Menyoli, I see you, ma'am. Always here. Nico Madiba. All right, thank you for joining, Nico. Our God will surely avenge those deaths. Absolutely. Fuking Prince, watching Sector Chris. You are the son of Zion. Yes, sir. I claim that. Ikome Liyonga, watching from Texas in my backyard right here. Otto Tiale from Vienna. Servus from Vienna. Yes, sir. Comrade, I see you. Robert Keban, to the last man standing. Yes, sir. Ochiba Achundo. Says, why not postpone the country roads? Well, you postpone it when you have a lot to do, right? Okay, Hannah Vine, God bless you. Okay, Amber's ethics, it's really a pathetic, I missed the rest of it, sorry. Magdalene Doe, they shall never go free. Yes, sir. Art Succeed. The veteran on this platform, I see you, sir. Ambalanda Zile. Manu Boya. I see you, sir. I see Beckley Meyeke. Says I'm here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to keep you waiting for long after you have hit that number. Fellow Ambazonians, I come to you today with a very, very heavy heart. A very, very heavy heart. We have had very, very few of such instances that I bring to you today in the course of this struggle. And when I am the person to come to you to bring you news or to talk about it, it is not easy. It is not always easy. It is painful. Many who have seen people who say, Chris, stop being emotional. You don't have to be emotional. Chris, don't be emotional. So many people I have heard saying things like this. Please don't be too emotional. Don't be too emotional. And sometimes I ask whether they have been affected in any way, in the course of this struggle. Because I do not understand how you can have family living in the bushes. You can have family living in the refugee camps. You can have family in jail. You can have family killed. You can have family abducted and in unknown locations. And you are not emotional. I do not understand how you cannot be emotional when you come across the kind of things that we saw in Bali, we saw in Pinyin, now we are seeing in Donga Mantung, in Bui, in Bambili, we have seen it in Bali. How can you not be emotional? Anybody who cannot be emotional in situations like this hasn't yet started, isn't yet in this struggle. What happened in Donga Mantung, in Bui, in Babeli, in Ketunjia, in the last 2 days since February the 11th, can only be described as barbaric, genocidal. And this coming from a country that claims we are one and indivisible. Since this struggle began in 2016 and war was declared upon us in 2017, ladies and gentlemen, we have refused to take this war across the Mongol. We have all along felt that it is our duty to defend our people and defend our territory. And we have done so up to this day. We have done so up to this moment. But French Cameroon continues to test our patience, our endurance, again and again and again and again. And we have hope on the intervention of the international community for all these years. At a point in time, we made direct appeals to the United Nations to send in peacekeeping troops to come down, to come on the ground and protect our people and call a ceasefire. So far, the United Nations continues to drag its legs. The Swiss initiative came up, and we thought that the United Nations would forcefully persuade French Cameroon to get on the negotiation table. And up to today, we have not seen the United Nations nor any person in the international community putting that pressure on French Cameroon, on Paul Biya, to take the way of dialogue. We have not yet seen that pressure, not from the Americans, not from the French, not from the British, not from the Canadians, not even from the Swiss who initiated this mediation initiative. But what is going on is that in the midst of this intransigence and the refusal of the international community to step in and stop a Rwanda that is currently going on in our country, Amazonia. In the absence of that, Paul Biya has continued to slaughter our people in their sleep. And those that feel that slaughter is too simplistic to take away life, They have resorted to roasting them, ladies and gentlemen. As we saw in Bali, we saw over 32 corpses slaughtered and then roasted. We have seen this repeat itself again and again and again and again. We saw it happen yesterday in Donga Mantung. I am coming to the details. We saw it happen yesterday in Donga Mantung, where a whole village will learn. French Cameroon soldiers, led by some Fulanese Mbororos, who were leading the who led the French Cameroon army to this village, went door to door, massacred people. In some cases, whole families were wiped up, including pregnant women. Those who were not wiped up by the barrel of the gun, they were wiped up through arson, burning. And so at the end of the day, in Donga Mantung, what we know today is that 31 people were massacred yesterday in Donga Mantung. We are told this happened in the villages. This happened in the villages of, let me take a look here. This happens in the villages of Ngabo, and another quarter called Intumbo. This is in Ndu local government area, in Donga Mantung. Now, an eyewitness narrated that the terrorist forces of French Cameroon invaded Ngabo early Friday morning. That was yesterday. They broke into homes, people's homes, and they took out them in dozens, and they collected their phones, collected their money, stole money from them and other valuables. And then they went to this other village called Ngambo and took away the sub-chief out of the palace. They then ordered him to send away, to drive out what they call all Ambazonian restoration fighters out of the village. Now, before the thugs of French Cameroon, the terrorist soldiers of French Cameroon, they left the village. They selectively, ladies and gentlemen, which means it wasn't indiscriminately. They shot and killed anyone they wanted to kill. They felt like killing. They shot and killed 31 civilians, including two pregnant women. One of them died at the spot, and the other one hospitalized. A family of 7, made up of a father, the pregnant wife, and the children, all of them, ladies and gentlemen, were slaughtered mercilessly. They were killed right there. And what you see on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, this little young boy, you can see the images right there. We cannot bring to you all of the gory images. This photo you see, the whole of this family is gone. All these children, they are gone. They are dead. Killed by French Cameroon soldiers. Just imagine, these are your own children, all gone on the day with their father and their mother. Fellow Ambazonians. Now, in another horrific In another horrific case, ladies and gentlemen, soldiers killed others and burned them into ashes. After that, these evil men, aided by some state-sponsored Mbororos militia. Now, the Mbororos have formed a militia with which they use in conjunction with French Cameroon troops to attack innocent people, not Ambazonia fighters. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this. I have no problem. I have absolutely no problem when soldiers fight soldier. There's nothing wrong about that. Soldiers are meant for war. They are meant for battle. When a soldier kills or attacks a soldier, it's not a big deal. But when you carry a gun and you shoot down an innocent people, an armless person, you are the worst coward that one can think of. For trained soldiers to walk door to door in a village, in a community, slaughter people carrying no arms. French Cameroon soldiers are the worst of cowards that we have seen. That is just the case. After this, now, after they have done this, kill all these people, they moved to Intumbo, assembled some fearful and traumatized population, including the village fund. They ordered him to send out Ambazonian restoration forces in his village within 3 days. Within 3 days. I don't know whether they think the fund has control over that village. They asked him within 3 days to send out all Ambazonian restoration forces in that village. Inhabitants of Intumbo and its environs are by this not, this is what the community is saying. As we informed you earlier, the La Republique of Cameroon plans to wipe out every single soul in this village, in Ndu County, Ndu local government area. However, Donga Mantun County in general remains resolute to the quest for freedom. People like the guy they call is it Ngala Gerard or somebody, these are the people behind this mayhem. The people behind this mayhem that we have going on in Donga Mantun. Now, Donga Mantun wasn't the only case, ladies and gentlemen. We also have the case of Ngo Ketunjia. Ngo Ketunjia was another place where another massacre took place. In Ngo Ketunjia, we have learned that these are the people who initiated the massacre in that county. You have one guy called one parliamentarian, the parliamentarian they call Banmi Emmanuel. He is behind the massacre in Ngo Ketunjia, precisely in Balikumbat. Then you have one former employee of the Ministry of Agriculture called Dr. Bernadette or Dr. Bernard in Wana. Then you have the former mayor of Balikumbat in the person of Wasum Augustine Ledoga. Then also the fund of Balikumbat, Nguyen Tiofi. Then you also have the disarmament commissioner for the northern zone by the name of Gabsa Sixtus. These are the names, the people behind the massacre in Balikumbat. Now we learned that Mr. Awasum, who is the former mayor of Balikumbat, actually led La Republique du Cameroon soldiers and his own militia, private army, with more than 30 liters of petrol, gasoline, on February the 11th, to raise down, burnt down over 80 houses. Over 80 houses. They had wanted to intimidate people to show up for their fake 11 February. And these intimidations had even begun before the elections on the February the 9th. They went out with the soldiers burning down many houses. And many other houses were already raised by these very people on or before the 9th of February, intimidating the people to go vote or face long-term jail sentences or life imprisonments. Many people were forcefully arrested for the election. Sources confirmed that this Wasum Augustin man was in a full La République du Cameroon military gear with a 10-round local rifle, firing and scaring the people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen Donga Mantung, we have seen Ngo Ketunsia. We also know that in Bui County, over 21 people and homes were also killed. I mean, over 21 people were killed between Thursday and yesterday, Friday, the 14th. Homes burnt down into ashes. We have also seen footages coming out of Bambeli with people's properties burnt, destroyed to ashes. I need not to belabor you with the details of this because, again, I have the county chairman for Donga Mantung coming up soon to give us a lot of details as to what and how this happened. But I know a lot of you out there are asking, what are we going to do? What is the interim government going to do? Before I bring you an answer to that question, fellow Ambazonians, I'd like you to understand what is going on. The burning of towns, the burning of cities, of our villages, and the killing of our people is not just about to see that we are demoralized, that we surrender and they struggle and give up. That is not just the goal. The reason why La République is doing this is to repeat what happened in the 50s. In the 50s with the Bamilekis. I want you to listen to me carefully, and I am speaking to you, I am coming to you with intelligence. The reason why La République du Cameroun is burning down our towns and burning down our cities and killing the owners of those homes and those villages is because they want a repeat of what they did to the Bamilekis in the late 50s, mid to late 50s. You will remember, we have Bamilekis living in the southern Cameroons today, not because they willingly migrated to our territory. They were forced there. They were forced to live in the southern Cameroons because of Ahijo. And what Paul Biya is doing is the same thing. Now, guess where our people of the southern Cameroons are moving to when they leave Ambazonia? They are living Ambazonia, the northern zone. They are living from Bunda in the western region, for Bafusam in the western region, for Chang in the western region. They are living for Douala. They are living for Yaoundé. They are living from Kongsamba, for Lum. All these places. Is that southern Cameroon territory? Absolutely not. Our people are being banished to La République du Cameroon. And as they go, French Cameroon soldiers stay behind and they burnt down our towns, they burnt down our villages. And you know what is going to happen, fellow Ambazonians. This is what is going to happen. French Cameroon is setting this stage up so that after the villages, the towns are burned and our people gone, some never to come back to their homes because they are all gone, never to come back to their villages because they are all gone, never to come back to their towns because they are all burned down. French Cameroon citizens, Francophones, will then return. They will return with loans, with money from French Cameroon to rebuild those communities and settle there. That is why I have been warning you that watch my words. If we do not stand up, if we do not stand up in the next 10 years, the majority population in Amazonia will be Francophones. They will be Francophones. We have seen what they are doing. They advertise for them to go and settle in Bakassi. French Cameroon government is giving them loans to go and settle in Bakassi. They are now burning our towns. How many Francophone homes in Amazonia, in Bamenda, in Victoria, in Kumba, in Boya, how many have been burnt down? How many Francophone communities in Amazonia have been burned down? Not a single one of them. How many Francophones living in our territory have been killed, shot to death by French Cameroon's terrorist soldiers? Not a single one of them. Our people are the target, and the reason is because they foresee if they can get our population, drive them out to go live in their own territory, then they will turn around, give loans to Francophones to go buy those communities, resettle there. Before you know, they have become the majority in our territory. Now you are asking now, so what should we do? What should we do? This is what we have to do. The president came out the other day, Dr. Samuel Komesako. He came down there came out the other day and repeated the message that we have put out before, asking every single Francophone in our territory to leave. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you listening to the sound of my voice, this one is no longer a speech, a statement as we have made in the past. I want to drive home once more the message that the president took out the other day. I want to appeal to every single Francophone, even if you are living in the thickest jungle in Amazonia. We ask you, please, if you love your life, we do not want you to be victims. We are not as barbaric as French Cameroon troops. We have human feelings. We care about you and your family. Our appeal to you now is please leave. If you live in the south, if you're a Francophone, you live in the southern zone, you live in the northern zone, please do not remain and regret. We are asking you, the time has come for you to leave. No army is available in Cameroon to protect you if you do not leave. We are taking back our country, and this taking back is going to be swift. It is going to be very, very swift. You do not want to fall victim. We ask you again, please look at me eyeball to eyeball. We're asking you, please gather your families and leave. And also, I'd like to pass this message. Every piece of property that has been bought anywhere in the territory called Amazonia from today ceases to belong to any Francophone. Ambazonians, listen to me. Any piece of property, any piece of land that belongs to the Francophones anywhere, from Nkambe to the river Mongo, that piece of land ceases to belong to the Francophone. That is Ambazonian territory. It becomes government, the federal government property, what they call eminent domain. We will no longer, we don't care how much that piece of land was paid for. Every piece of property belonging to any Francophone citizen, French Cameroon citizen in our territory, please, that land ceases from today. That property ceases from today to belong to you. And we are pleading with you. You do not want to add your life onto this. You don't want to add your life or put your life and your family in danger for property. We are appealing to you. This is the last warning. This is the last appeal for you to quietly leave Ambazonia. The moment has come, and we are determined to respond to the killing of every innocent civilian in the territory that is called Ambazonia. The moment has come, and that response will come very, very swiftly. And again, no French Cameroon army will be able to protect you. Again, you heard the appeal. The moment has come. The moment has come. And to French Cameroon, sirs, we at this interim government, on behalf of all the freedom, independence-loving people of Amazonia, we pass this message on to you that you can kill thousands. Go and wipe all of Bamenda. Go and wipe all of Kumba. I mean the biggest cities in Amazonia. We will fight, and you will never win this war. You will never. We will prevail, for nobody kills an idea. The idea of a free and independent Southern Cameroons. And to Ambazonians on ground zero, I speak to you now. Do not be discouraged. Do not be dismayed or disillusioned. This is our moment. We knew what it takes to attain independence when we went into this struggle. That is why day after day, they slaughter our people, they burn our settlements, and we are still very resilient. We want every challenge that French Cameroon brings your way on ground zero, let that challenge stir you up. Let it stir you up. And every day as you wake up from bed, see an independent Ambazonia. See an independent Ambazonia. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the message. That is the message. The die is cast. The die is cast. French Cameroon will hear from us. Everyone civilian going on from today that is slaughtered, everyone settlement that is slaughtered, that is burned in Ambazonia, ladies and gentlemen, we will have French Francophone Cameroonians compensate for that. And every piece of property owned by the Francophones in Ambazonia will go from today to compensate for every settlement, every community that has been destroyed, burnt down in all of Ambazonia. From the Mongo to the Nkambe, every piece of property, every piece of land belonging to any Francophone in Ambazonia, in Ambazonian territory, ceases to belong to them. If you are Ambazonian and you live in their own territory, you know what to do. If they come after you, know that you have no reason to be there in the first place. Things are going to be rough, very, very rough in the days ahead. And again, I cannot make this appeal enough. All Francophones, we cannot protect you after giving you this warning to leave. We cannot protect you. People are angry. The people who have lost their loved ones, they are angry. The villages, people owning those villages and towns burned down, they are bitter. And we cannot fold our hands and see our people die like chickens and you stay among us acting as enablers, as spies, and getting your soldiers to come to kill us. We will not, going forward, allow that to happen. Every one Amazonian civilian killed will be avenged. Yes, they will be avenged. And of all the settlements that have been burned, again, every Francophone settlement in Amazonia, be it property, a building, whatever, a business, from today, they must be confiscated. Yes, that is the message. And we are not stupid here. We have been patient enough, hoping that the international community will come to our help. For 3 years and counting, the international community has done nothing. Nothing. Fellow Amazonians, there is a proverb that says, God only helps those who help themselves. We are the only ones who will fight for our own liberty. We have to fight for it. Nobody will fight for us. We have to fight. We have to defend our people and defend our territory. Forget about the international community. Left to them, we should surrender. We are not surrendering. Freedom, liberty, independence is not only good for the West. It is good for every people. Every people. And that is the message I brought to you today. I would like right now, ladies and gentlemen, to invite the chairman of Ngoketunjia, who is joining me. Give me 1 second, please. My mouse has disappeared. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now at this moment, I'd like to bring in the chairman of Bui-Donga Mantung, who is joining me right here from the great state of Texas, in the name of Inji Zebulon. Comrade, it's a privilege to have you here, sir.
Great to be here, Chris. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. I hope you listened to my presentation. Did I go out of line?
No, you actually recounted the incident very correctly. So you went straight to the point. Very clear.
Thank you.
That even takes away from me. So
I'm sorry?
So I said that takes away from what I'm supposed to say, but that's okay because people want to hear it twice anyway.
All right, but that is a compliment, I guess. So
yes,
now,
yes, it is.
tell our listeners what you know about what transpired in Donga Mantung, precisely in Ngabu and in Tumbo, yesterday, in the early mornings of yesterday.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. It is really, really a sad day, a really sad day. I mean, that was yesterday morning, the 14th of February. This letter box came to Ngabu. It's a small village. It's a small quarter in Tumbo. So Tumbo is the village, right?
Yes.
In Du LGA. So Ngabu is a small quarter in Tumbo.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So it's like New Donga Mantung Northwest. So the village is Tumbo, the little quarter is Ngabu, and the LGA is Ndu. So now on the 14th, man, this is sad. So 31 people have been killed so far. 31.
Yes.
Seven people from one family. Father, mother, and 5 children. Can you imagine that?
Terrible.
Yes, very, very bad. So actually today, what I'm here for is actually to pave a way forward. The incident has happened. I want to talk to my people and ask them what they think, because this has been going on for too long. And then we still accept some elections to take place in our area. So I am here to talk about what we do and what we should not be doing.
Okay.
The lives of these people are gone. Yes, we are mourning, but we need to regroup and think about what we're going to do. And I'm going to change language and speak in pidgin because I want my people to hear this. Everybody.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yes. So as far as the deaths are concerned, 31 people have been killed. There are others still in the hospital. We don't know the final number. So as of now, we know 31 clear people have been killed. Very bad.
31 have been killed.
Yes.
Now,
7 from one family. Like just clear the whole family completely.
Yes. Now, we have heard different versions of how this happened. As you heard my own narrative, we learned that French Cameroon soldiers were led by Mborolo Fulanis and some private militia into this village. Is that exactly the case?
Yes, actually, the Mboros, and there are some enablers that are our own people. Actually, some of our soldiers, by the way. So that's where the whole thing is very painful.
You mean some of our Amba Restoration Forces soldiers?
The ones that have defeated. No, not the ones that are active.
Not the ones that are active.
No.
Okay, good. Now, tell us, this Fulani thing has been a recurring event in Donga Mantum. Whom is in Donga Mantum, am I correct? Yes. Am I right?
Yes, Donga Mantum, yeah.
Okay. Now, this Fulani thing has been very, very recurrent. What have you people done? I mean, it's about a year now we keep hearing Fulanis attacking, going after the restoration forces, going after their families, and up to yesterday, we haven't had the measure of attack that we had yesterday, and they let it. What have you, the county been doing over all this time to see if they can bring some peace in the community?
Yeah, so that's a very tough question, right? That's a very tough question because, you cannot go and kill the whole Boro race because there are few people who are actually blacklight. So
of course, it's not all the Mbororos who are doing that. Right. There are a few blacklights who are paid.
Yeah, that's correct. Unless you can actually identify them individually, then you can go kill them. But or at least imprison them or something. But if you cannot identify individually, then it's tough. You cannot go pick the race of Boro people and then just kill them. That's where the difficulty is. But we are working out some things though to have some discussions going on, such that we can find a way to punish those who are blacklegs and actually have peace with those who are good people.
Now, about the chief who was asked to ask the restoration forces to vacate the village. Is he still in the village?
Yeah, which one? The one that resisted and said he cannot leave, or which one?
Both of them, are they still there?
Yeah, yes. One of them says they should rather kill him. He's not going to go anywhere. He's outrightly said, no, I'm not going to leave the village. They should kill me. And he's refused categorically that he's not going to leave.
What is the population of this village in Tumbo?
That's a good question that I'm not able to answer outrightly.
Up to 5,000 people, up to 1,000 people?
Maybe about 2,000. The villages are really small, I think. That's a guess. Don't hold me to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, was this village actually hosting restoration forces?
No. The restoration forces don't live in the village. They live in camps, right? The camps are not, we cannot expose our restoration forces like that.
Right.
They should live within people. No, that's not practical. They are just jealous and they just want to kill because they cannot directly put their hands or lay their hands on our forces. So they just go and rampage the whole place. That's the way they're acting. Forces are not there. They're arms.
So it's essentially an act of cowardice for these people to
Of
walk
course.
into a village and target civilians, kill them,
Yes.
and burn their homes.
Yes, of course, that's what they've been doing all along anyway. So this is not new.
What is the
Except for
county?
it's
What is you are the chairman of Donga Mantung County. What are you people thinking?
So we have a major problem, right? We have a major problem because our county is full of the army. We have camps, army camps in Kambe everywhere, and then they're building some new ones in other villages right now. So it's a very tough thing. We are not getting funds either. Funding is a very big deal with us too, and our boys have not been properly supplied with the necessary material they need. Doing our best though. Of today, I'm going to be pleading to the Ambazonian community to help us. I sent you a text message. I want you to display that flyer for me if you can, so that we can see some numbers where people can call and support us. We are planning. We've been sitting. Actually, before now, we had a meeting and we've been talking about to restructure and figure out a way to eliminate these people from our area completely.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to the flyer. I didn't see it. So even if I find it now, it will be impossible for me to have it on the screen. Yeah, I see it now, but I cannot have it on the screen.
Can you just put
I will have it
numbers
put up. I will have it put up on the ABC side after the broadcast. Or I will send it now. Let them put it on the ABC website, Facebook page right now. I will have it put on ABC page right now. So I'm sending it to the Department of Communication, and somebody there who is watching will put it up there. When do you plan a fundraiser?
It's fine, unless you mean the specific date.
Yeah.
For one.
Is it anytime soon?
Yes, we'll plan one very soon. I don't know the dates exactly, but in the meantime, it's an ongoing process going on actually in our forum. So we in our fora in the Donga Mantung, we're going to share that information to you and the IG and APP area so that you guys can support us.
Now, when you say you need funds in the county, what is the level of participation in the Donga Mantung County and LGA's forum? Because here is where we expect every community to gather in their county, in their LGS forums to sponsor the activities in their community. How is the participation in your own county?
It is not the best, but it's not that bad. It is just that, with the CPDM infiltrating our areas and disturbing the minds of our people who could actually contribute, that is a disturbing case there. So if we had, say, for example, a county where you don't have the CPDM everywhere spreading money and discouraging the citizens, then probably our fundraising will be better. But unfortunately, that is not the case. We're re-strategizing though. We will make sure that we arrange our county in such a way that we can actually appeal to the people, especially when incidents like this happen.
Tell our people about the role that this guy, CPDM guy, Ngala Gerard, plays in all of this.
Personally, let me be honest, and I'm on TV. I don't like the guy. Sorry. I don't like the guy, not as a person though, but the fact that he is continuously bringing CPDM to our county. So look at this. We don't have roads. The roads are deplorable. No hospitals, no school buildings. From 61 till today, they've never done anything in our county that looks significant. There's no hospital. The only hospital we have is in Combo. There's nothing in that county. Yet, Secretary Chris, these guys still find a way to convince people to go on the street with CPDM uniform. I get so angry.
Why do you think he succeeds though?
The people are hungry, I guess. I don't know. I can't say why, but sometimes the people are hungry. Chicken change, 1,000 there, 2,000 there.
They
They're
are
hungry.
hungry for chicken change than for their own freedom and independence, in which they can get better education, better hospitals, better roads.
That's the question. I'm wondering, with this chop change that these guys bring from Yaoundé, once a while, now it's not going to be continuous. Once a while, you take this little 1,000, this little 2,000, and then you go stand and vote or do something, or follow him, or wear CPDM uniform, then you lose your rights. I don't get it. Frankly, I don't get it.
All right.
I'm so sorry, I'm so sad, and I'm so discouraged, and I feel so bad about my people, because they easily get beaten or dribbled or convinced with little change. I don't know what to tell you, Secretary Chris. It's very annoying. It's very dissatisfying. I mean, I'm sad about it.
Yeah. All right. Please stay in there. Let me. Some people pleaded that I open the lines at least briefly.
Well, before you go though,
yes.
Before you go, I want to go for pigeon. I beg.
Okay, please go ahead.
Give me one. Yes. My brothers and sisters, for Donga Mantum, I don't know how to beg. We don't suffer under CPD and other parties them for so many years, since 1961 till today. We never different never day from Kame, different never day from you, different never day with roads. We don't get hospital, we don't get anything. Why would they still do the same thing? They expect me difference there. Why would they still do the same thing? Some people will call for your own small 500, can't give you. You just take up, be happy for 1 moment. Then tomorrow you go chop with it. Tomorrow you go chop with it. When they don't go, you go chop with it. People are, you have a 10-year time. You and I be messy, be me God. Say what, chose it to what? Okay, the whole Amazonia, Kubasi. He said, see, do ambu jera. See, we do ambu jera ba to kena. Emi do ma duwala se no do ma Yaoundé. Te we yike. So you should ambition you na kini we do ambu struggle ha, support the struggle ha, fan and battle ha defense this is but free. Then it will nothing be not vocal. The investment big book government give corruption doing the first hospital you put it by any this is then go change it. You know me say we are chosen me God. It about me say look who website la am a we are chosen me God say we do what can bu Gerard you can bu even or CPDM in general you can Secretary Chris.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to air my mind out because I think it's very disappointing.
Please, absolutely. You have
very disappointing.
Return.
Yeah. Kiniwi. We jack bo hashina asi report atusina. Fanem bo aba. Funny wa for 10 francs, for 5 francs. Sibiki say a bit ko. This is Jew being na shavu kuchusi kuminkambe echo minkambe edo ake abob di mo ma nitam anonso wo enjo abob di mo ko mvoni de nwa nonso wo ya fo si furu ya fo je juwe o etika lika si juwe so nemba kiniwi so nemba mlawa mina timina zene ko robamba wa si ba shimbabe fane boha ta yum tango o you bera o non defensive ame chairperson member chairman wa bana merin wa you mo sega you bana maturity ne si fu ni la republique maturity a confond ne si babi gi you atefa me lo we ba go say Faduna Mujera again. Gerald, you if 1,000 in it, when I see if you buy and say go put it in the same situation. Dun the Bepsi, the two of Stuka, Sikuno, Sabin, no, I mean, Jibu, Kuso, because I'm a teasing doing in Kora, you got Ebas anything be hero. Just you go buy more and say, Sikuchumanchi. If you buy and say, Kona Bufa, Sako, Kufani, Nimdom, Sako Bamenda, we get worry. No. Okay, Chris, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Zebs. I can see you speaking right from the bottom of your heart. It is very, very painful, very, very, very painful. If anybody is still sitting on the fence at this moment in this struggle, then something is wrong. Something is very, very wrong. And I really want to challenge every Donga and Mantung citizen, please. This is the time for you to stand up and defend your county. Just imagine the boys who are out there putting their lives on the line, And you are here in the diaspora. You have your experience. Yes.
Sorry, I forgot something very important. I know you're going to give me a chance again, but I wanted to shout out to Honorable Awudu, who boycotted the elections. I want to give him a shout out that because he saw that what they're doing to the Anglophone people or the Amazonians, it's wrong. So he bailed out from the elections, and he's from Donga Mantung. I would like him, which is what I'm going to ask him. I would like him to dip his hand in the pocket and support the boys so that we can get liberated. We want to be liberated. We need people like him to support us.
And I guess not only him, not only people like him. We have all these parliamentarians and senators. I think if they think that they can live in isolation to this struggle, they also make a mistake. We are appealing to them. Please step out. Even if you are still in the CPDM now, this struggle, this revolution needs your money. It needs your money. Please reach out to your people and support them. Let's take the first caller here. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Secretary Chris. Thank you for everything that you've been doing. You've been doing all that you can do. We are mourning, but I just want to say this: how can any Cameroonian, the French, the Anglo, the Francophone, how can they bear such images? Not to talk of our own.
Right.
When they see all those killings and burning, all they think about is to fight against our LGA system, our country-to-country system. We should start by stopping this. These Eric Tatos, the Mark Baratas, the Tapangu, who is selling his own very mother for his place in the La Republic system. We have to start by stopping them, because the only thing we can do now is an eye for an eye. All the LGAs, they must go down on the ground and seize all those land belonging to the French, to those Francophones. They will start feeling the pinch.
No, we have said it. I have just said it here, and you are correct. We will go up after every piece of property, be it a house, a piece of land, a business that belongs to any Francophone in the territory that is called Ambazonia, because they cannot be slaughtering our people and they remain in our midst, selling us and acting as enablers.
Exactly. Exactly.
Their leader is out here parading the West and telling the West how he supports our struggle, he supports our cause, but they cannot carry out a single rally. They cannot carry out a single rally in Douala, in Yaoundé, to protest the killings in our territory. We are not brothers, we are neighbors. That is what we are. And so Again, the message goes out to every francophone in the territory called Ambazonia. The moment has come. I know we have said this again and again. This is the last warning, and we will not come out to repeat it, to state it again. You will hear from us. All right, sir. Thank you for calling. Okay, let me get the next caller. Hello. Hello. Yes. Can I hear you? Hello.
I'm calling from Ground Zero, Yaoundé.
You're calling from Ground Zero in the colonial capital, Yaoundé.
The colonial capital, Daji.
Okay. Thank you for calling. What message do you have for us?
Alright, the message I have, I want to give it in the pidgin.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, thing where I want for talk that I don't listen for your presentation, which is very good. But our county, the guy on the TV, what he is saying is completely contrary to what we know here on Ground Zero.
Okay, unfortunately, he was speaking in the dialect which I didn't understand. Paraphrase for me what you heard him say.
Yeah, he was talking about us coming together, contributing money to support the struggle. They have always been contributing money out there, but it's never reaching the Ground Zero. Our boys, some of them have to retire and go back to join the La Republic forces simply because they don't have they don't have food to eat, they don't have the guns to use to defend our land, they don't have anything to defend themselves, but all the time we have them quarreling with one another over the contribution, and at the end of the day, nothing is done to them. So some of these causes they are the ones in the diaspora causing many of this trouble, especially in the Donga. You cannot hear these kind of things happening in Donga.
All right, okay, hold on. You hold on. Don't drop your phone. I will allow him to respond. Then I will get back to you. Just hold, please. Mr. Chairman, you heard one of your constituents there. What would you respond to that?
Painful, so painful.
Yes, hold on, ma'am. Hold on, ma'am. Let the chairman respond to you.
So, our accusations are that we embezzle money, we don't send it to them. Is that what the problem is?
I don't think she is saying that you embezzled money. She is saying that it appears that money collected doesn't get to the guys on the ground. You know, we had my trip to Boya, in which funds were raised, sent out, and the money sent out never reached their destinations. But the majority of the people think that the IGs ate the money or embezzled the money. They don't know
right. So let me speak to that a little bit, right? Let me speak to that a little bit.
All right, go ahead.
And I will say, and I will on here.
Should I go ahead?
No, hold on. Let the chairman speak first.
All right.
We collected a lot of money last year, not too much as we would like though. And we sent for sticks to be bought and G-nuts to be bought in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
The same home people stole the money. Some of them bought the stuff and confiscated the sticks.
Yeah.
Now, you know, like in this revolution, there are a lot of thieves.
No, that's what we know all over the place.
Yes, sister, you live for phone. Thief them over there, we send the money or we send the money quite all right, but then they go rich because they thief them for Cameroon, for Amazonia. Not only we the thief them. So, but we find a way where we send the same money where we go reach straight to the boys directly. No worry. You know what? When they run to you one time, two times, you don't know what we'll do. Okay? So, but make any man, even if you put a 500 way there for Ground Zero or for foreign country play where you there now, so even if you send a 500, you will help somebody. So not okay, anything only for you for us here.
All right. Did you hear the chairman? Hello?
I heard him say, but I'm not satisfied. I heard what he has said, but I am not satisfied at all.
I don't think, hold on there. I don't think he can explain. Hold on there. I don't think he can do any better than what he has done, because I am a witness to what he says. We all remember my trip
Yes,
to
that's
Boya.
it.
We all remember my
Yes,
trip
that
to
I
Boya.
know.
Money was
But
collected.
I had a proposal.
Okay, hold on. Yes, hold on. I'm coming to you. Hold on.
Okay.
We raised money for my trip to Boya. About $800,000 was collected. And ground one, people sitting on the ground on ground one, whom we thought were trustworthy people. And some of these so-called commanders who represented fighters on the ground. You take money, put in their hands, and you think that they are buying the granules, they are buying the sticks for ground zero. And then you turn around to find out the money never reached ground zero. My brothers, my sisters, this is what was going on. It is still
Yes.
going on, though to a limited proportion, not as it used to be. Imagine you take $15,000 put in the hands of one guy who says he commands 500 troops on ground, and you put $15,000 in his hands, and he sends 25,000 francs CFA out of $15,000 to the ground. And by the time you know that money never touched the ground, he has squandered the money. What do you do? So these are some of the things that I think the chairman is talking about. Every local government, every county is having this type of people. We can only learn our lessons and scrutinize these guys to make sure that whatever gets into their hands gets to the boys on the ground. All right, my sister, I give you 50 seconds to make your last point.
Okay, that's it. My proposal is I really plead with the IGs to call all the representatives of Donga County to order. Even if there are issues like the ones that you are explaining, the truth is that there is no togetherness among the chairmen of the Donga Mountain County. You see them fight among themselves. You see them set confusion on the ground zero for these boys, and they don't even know what to do. So I plead, IG should call these people to order and rebuke them of the certain things. I understand that there are challenges, but they should be on the right footing.
All
so
right, thank you.
Challenges will be able to identify it.
Thank you for the call. Thank you. I will allow the chairman to respond to that last point. Thanks for the call. Chairman, please, please quickly respond to that last statement she made. 50 seconds.
Actually, that's an wrongful allegation. It's not true that we're not together. We are very together. The leadership of Donga Mantung is very much together. The only thing is that we've not found the right sources or the right resources on ground zero to channel funds, right? If we find the right people who can take and do the right, then we will do everything will be okay. As far as the leadership is concerned, we are one, and we are communicating very, very well. Thank you. Oh, when she was question,
I am speaking from Nigeria.
Anyway, there's a lot more to do. There's a lot more to do. Can you hear me, Secretary Chris?
Yes, I can hear you. Please, Mr. Chairman, go ahead.
There's a lot to do, but it's not about the disunity of the leadership in Donga Mantuk. That is not true.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I was a little bit distracted here with the caller. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Where are you calling from?
Hello. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Okay, and what is your contribution, please?
Yes, what I'm trying to say here, you know, the other day I mentioned about the Gerard's issue. What the chairman is saying here is very correct. Nkambe seems to be a harboring center for all the people around. They always run to Nkambe for protection by La Republique soldiers, orchestrated by Gerard. And that has given a lot of disgrace to people that come from that part of the country. It is very, very pertinent. What the chairman is just saying is very, very true. And that lady is that is the nature of those people over there. What they are doing is paining us. I know the chairman is right. I have a friend who is a professor somewhere here. What the chairman and the rest have been sending from outside comes through Nigeria, gets to Nkambe. The whole issue is that let the Nkambe people start to be resilient. Don't they take example from the Banso people? We have to do something about this.
What is your suggestion? What do you think should be done?
Let us have a different mindset. Let us change.
Okay.
We are related with the Banso people. If you bring a Banso man, a Kambo man will tell you that he is better than a Banso, and they are not failing. Even looking at the chairman's face, there is a lot of disgrace in his face. He's feeling very shameful right now for calling himself a Wimbom person. Let them change this mentality. What is Gerard giving to them? Peanuts. Would you sell your birthright for peanuts?
All right.
Listen, permit me say to him, you are la from you men are young men say. You all gaming come. Let me just give you an example. One guy he would go to primary school school. This Denmark, then there is a school there. You may school go to actually 20 May. This squad of match woman come back. Oh guys, get long come back. I chang ni changa adwa chubin come back. To protect him. This is what they are doing. We have taken a course which is a burden for all of us. We must be saddled with this challenge to the end.
All right.
If this is not the case, yes.
All right. Thanks for the call. I will allow the chairman to respond to it briefly. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, he was just reiterating.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please go ahead.
No, he was just reiterating what I said earlier, that we are receiving peanuts from Gerard and getting excited over that, and of course selling our future to Gerard for nothing, for peanut. So that's something we need to stop. We need to stop and join the revolution, everybody, and let's get to Bui-Donga as soon as possible.
All right, let's take the next caller here. Hello, sir. I think this is a bad connection. Let's go to the next caller. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. May I know where you're calling in from?
To us here on Ground Zero and every airport which the interim government has been putting as concerns about this revolution. So in effect, I'm really so pleased and happy, and I just encourage you that keep it up, and we are solidly behind you people.
Thank you.
So I'm calling from Ground Zero in Bamenda.
Okay.
That means I'm counting.
Yes.
So what I want to propose.
Go on, sir. I'm hearing you.
So what I want to propose is that considering the fact that these elections have taken place, and sooner or later they will start installing parliamentarians and mayors to kick off with their functions. So what I want to propose is that as soon as, let me say, they begin their functions, let there be a total resistance to cut every means of finances as
we don't have to wait until they begin their functions. They are not beginning any functions.
Things like parking fees. They must stop paying things like, let me say, rents, in sheds in the markets, for instance, and to cut every form of financing. So it means that we must be resistant, which means that any council police or any council officer.
Well, we don't have a good connection with that caller, but I think I get the point he was trying to make. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello. Hey, Chris, are you still on air?
I am live, sir. May I know who is calling and where you're calling from, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Dallas, Texas, and yeah, would just like to leave my identity a little bit anonymous.
That's fine.
Yes, okay, good. I want to just highlight on what let's focus on what President Sako said on the arms that we talk about, like raising, because to me, I think this idea of just sending a chicken, sending a token back home for people like to buy gari and all those things are not helping. What La Republic just did, killing our villages and all that. I'm not going to highlight all the things that you just said, but we have to get these people out of our territory. We have to get them out. I think that is where we should be. It's taken us so long. Sometimes I wonder why it took us up to 2016.
Well, you can imagine everybody has been singing the United Nations, the international community, but it appears their legs are paralyzed and their hands are tied behind them, and we keep singing them.
We have to get the enablers out. We have to. The time has come. I cannot emphasize this any clearer than you did. So this is the happiest thing I've heard. Because to me, I don't know why it took us up to 2020 before we came to our senses. There is no way we can make any. There's no way we can make our way forward with La Republic people. The moment we do anything, they see and they tell people they should leave. If that is the focus, I think Boya is. I'm not going to take too much time, but I think if we focus on what you just said. If that is what it is, then that is
exactly what it is. Every piece of property, land, businesses, we will go after them if they do not want to leave.
Thank you. And that is the only way the international community can now start can now pay attention to what is going on. Because it's like it's too one-sided. We are feeling the pain, and they're not feeling the pain.
They don't feel the pain. They don't feel the pain, not at all. All right, thanks for the call, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I saw you taking down some notes.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that but funding is key here, though. We can talk all we want.
That's correct.
We will have to make sure that our guys have what they need. Otherwise, it's talk, and no walk. Are you there?
All right, thanks, Mr. Chairman. Let's get to the next caller. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris. Greetings to you and the chairman.
Good, greetings, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ground Zero. I don't want to disclose where I'm calling.
And what is your contribution?
Yeah, my contribution is I want to plead on the interim government to help the Donga Mantum Department of Defense to better equip the boys of Donga Mantum. I am talking like a fighter.
Okay.
And I know what I've been doing. Yeah. Just what happened in Garbo. I stand a better chance to tell exactly what have happened there. In fact, what you read, the communique that you read there, was written by us and sent because we were there. So what happened?
Okay.
So we are pleading on the interim government, Secretary Chris. I am saying that if not that some information are confidential, I would have played the info. I would have played it on the television for you to get, and surely it would have embarrassed you and embarrassed my chairman who is sitting there.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Can you text? Can you text that? You know what? Go ahead. The chairman wants to hear it. Go ahead.
Yes,
let me say one thing.
That's the reason I say they are confidential.
Hold on, please. Hold on. Caller, hold on. Let the chairman say something.
Okay.
Zeb, go on, please.
Actually, I know the person who is speaking, who is talking right now from Ground Zero. My brother, I am in here for a long haul, and I'm in here fearless of anything. And this is on public TV, right? It's going everywhere.
Right.
So tell me anything you think that you can tell me that you think that is bad for us to make things better. Now, don't just complain though, give solutions, because we have to be solution oriented, not problem oriented. Don't just say this problem, without any solutions.
All right.
Now, so I don't fear anything, guys. So you want to play anything on national TV, I'm fine with it.
Okay, caller, let's do this. Let's not do that here because we have others waiting. I would like you to send me a post using this same number after the show, and I bet you I will get back to you. Okay?
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Yes, put it in the note. Post it to me. Just include your name so I know who is writing. I have like over 1,000 messages as I mix them up. So do that. Forward it to me, and I promise you we will get back to you. And I am promising Donga Mantung Zeps, you guys need to hold some town halls. I will come there. Let's raise money for Donga Mantung.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, caller. What else do you still have to say?
Yeah, I speak with a lot of tears in my eyes because of what have happened in Garbo, and more especially in our own eyes, because we are helpless, no weapons, no G-nots, and no way to defend our people. And we are sick. Those who are fighters who have been shot some long time ago, they are in the hospital. The Donga Mantung Department of Defense is unable to take care of the fighters, and the parents are very disgruntled with what is happening. And tell me, how are they going to encourage their children to continue fighting? Take like the case of Ngarbu. We are the ones suffering with the fighters in the hospital, those who have been who are hospitalized. So it's very painful. I just want to end it there. We have to talk, and things in Donga have to fix. In Antigang have taken the whole of Donga. Donga have collapsed. I want to say it very clean and clear. It has collapsed in the hands of the enemy.
All right. Thank you for that vital information. And I really want to hope that the sons and daughters of Donga are listening to this call from Ground Zero. It is heartbreaking. Very, very heartbreaking. We're not going to fight for this freedom, gain it, and then cut off Donga Mantung to remain part of La République du Cameroon. Of course not. And I understand the cries of a guy like this who is in the front lines. I have my own brother in the front lines. I know what they go through. No father would want to see a child just die like that. The children, the sons, and the daughters of Donga Mantung, I'm pleading to you, come together. Support your brothers and your sisters who are not asking you for a salary. They are merely saying, put guns in our hands, put the right equipment in our hands, and we will defend the county, and we will defend the local government. These boys are not asking you, not even money for food, no money for drinks, money, equipment to defend your own county. Again, I really want to appeal to all of you out there, sons and daughters of Donga Mantung. Stand up, stand up. Donga Mantung cannot come last. in this liberation struggle. Mr. Chairman, you got anything to add?
No, you just said it. You just said the right thing. I mean, right on point. Because I think a lot of people are sitting on the fence. A lot of people have refused to support the struggle. The few who are supporting are dead. So, as well, that let the new people, let people come on board and help out. We need help. We need support. The people who, like us, we've been in this revolution since 2016 when it started, and we've been contributing and contributing and contributing and contributing. The guys are not having enough. It's not that they're not having anything, they're having something, but it's not enough. We need help. Donga Mantong people, please come on board, jump off the fence and come and support your people. We don't want Ambazonia liberated and then we are far back there. It's not correct.
All right. Mr. Chairman, it was a privilege to have you on here today. We are going to call it a day here. I believe one other program, County Roots, is still to come back on.
So you are closing, I didn't know that. Before you do that.
Okay.
Before you do that, I just want to add something that, you know, as far as the revolution itself is concerned, that one of the things that the people on Ground Zero should realize, for those who are not involved in the fight, for those who are not the restoration fighters, let me put it myself, I am not looking for any life in Ambazonia. I'm not looking to have him to live in Ambazonia. I live in the United States, I'm okay, I have a good job, I make my money, I'm happy. But let me say this, let the people on Ground Zero realize that this fight is for them. It's not for me. I might just end up here and die here. But we want to have their lives improved. The routes in Kambe are deplorable. We don't have hospitals, like I said earlier. We are working and working hard for you guys to have a life. Please join us to make it easy for us. That's what I would say. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chairman, thank you again for joining the broadcast. I want to believe that our people on Ground Zero, they got the message. Francophones in particular, we want to believe they got the message. And of course, our restoration forces, they got the message. Things will never, ever remain the same again. The time that they killed, slaughtered our people, like they did in Bali, they did in Pinyin, they did in other places, that moment is gone. We were patient, waiting, hoping that the international community would come in and immediately stop this genocide. But the international community has decided to turn its eyes, just as it did with Rwanda. And only conscienceless, heartless Ambazonians would sit still and see whole towns and villages destroyed and people slaughtered and buried in mass graves. Again, let me remind those on Ground Zero, the Francophones, anywhere in Ambazonia, we have given you time to move. We are doing this because we do not have the barbaric hearts of French Cameroon. We are appealing to you once more. Please take your families out. There is no way we can protect you with the anger that is in the heart of every Ambazonian right now. And not only that, we are asking that if you have a business, please take your business along with you. Take your business along with you. And if you are Ambazonian living in French Cameroon territory, if you begin to feel it is too hot where you live, the safest place for you to be should be to return home. Return home, because we see retaliation coming on the other side of the Mongol. So please, a word to a wise is enough. Mr. Chairman, again, thank you for joining the broadcast. We will do this again, and again, I am appealing to you I want to come to Ndonga Mantum Town Hall. Anywhere you put it together, let's raise money and support these boys. Let them not die for nothing.
Yes,
Let them have the right equipment they need. Those in hospitals should be taken care of. Mr. Chairman, yes, please.
Yes, you and I have been meeting in California to go bury our chair Francis. So when we get there, you and I can, with the president, let's talk.
All right. That's
yes, it's a sad. I mean, I thought we were going to talk something about our brother Chair Francis, who just passed away too. But he's going to be buried. Jake on these people, we're going to lay our brother Francis Shea next weekend. So let's pray that his soul rests in peace wherever he is going to be settled until we meet him. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Secretary Chris. Thank you for all the listeners and my contributors and where they don't take time for joining the revolution. Let's bring everybody on board. Let's bring everybody on board to join us and make sure that Kambe becomes a better place. Bui-Donga Mantum. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, you have a wonderful night, fellow Ambazonians. That was all that we had for you. Again, be courageous, be strong, and know that God is on our side. We shall overcome. We shall overcome, as the songwriter says. Good night. God bless.